So you want to build a Thunder and Lightning. First thing you got to do is download the plans and instructions. If you go to thunderandlightning.com, it'll take you right to the thread on RC groups. And on the first thread are some hot links that'll take you to either version 2 or version 3 of the plans. Version 3 has the laser cut design pattern. So if you're making templates, it might take a little more time, but you can skip that and just avoid all the little notches and just keep the line straight. My friend Ben Warren from Burntwood RC helped laser cut this kit for me, although I did end up hand cutting the fuselage top and bottom because I ran out, but it's not that hard, as you can see, to do that. So when you get the plans, take them to your local FedEx store to print large sheets, and before building I recommend you buy some cardboard and make copies of the pieces by making cardboard templates. I use these all the time. In fact, like these two pieces right here, I always like to show off. These are my original cardboard templates from version 2. These are like 10 years old. So I like these, and I use them all the time when I'm making a hand-cut Thunder and Lightning. So make the templates, store them in an envelope. It'll make your builds go much faster in the future, especially if you want to build one for a friend. Okay? So do your templates first. Read the instructions. I've made two documents, one that's an inventory and the other that's kind of the order in which I like to build a Thunder and Lightning. So you're free to build it however you'd like, but the order I do it is makes things go a little faster. So as far as the foam goes, I like using a product called Midwest Cellfoam 88. Now it's unfortunately not very easy to find, and it's not the cheapest foam, but after building out of the Dow fanfold foam, pink foam, and Dollar Tree foam, I find that the Midwest product is the best. This is a package of 3mm. I've actually built a Thunder and Lightning. Where is she? The Joker, that red and black one. I built that one out of 3mm for an indoor flying event, so it's very lightweight, flies really well. But you'll want to get 5mm Midwest Cellfoam 88. It's a package that's about 47 inches long, and I think it is, I was going to say 12, but it's 11.5 inches wide. This one package will build a Thunder and Lightning. So, costs about 11 bucks. Good stuff though. I mean, if you can hear it, I'm going to try to, it's very stiff, it's very hard. It will snap, but I've never had a failure in flight, and I just think it's really good stuff. And not only that, not only does it CA well, but Tester's enamel is great on this. And that red one right here, let me show you. This is all Midwest Cellfoam 88, and I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first CF-88 plane I built. She still flies today. Just a little bit of hanger rash on the fins, but great flying aircraft. So this is all Tester's red, and no problems whatsoever with it. So again, those are the materials I recommend. Okay, so all these came from the templates. You're going to need basswood booms. Now, some people would like to use carbon fiber tubes or arrow shafts. You can do that. I find this is expensive. These are only $1.29 each at Hobby Lobby. And what I like about them, besides that they're nice and stiff, is that they're true. They're right angles. So when you put this flat on the wing and then glue on your stab, it's going to be parallel. And then when you glue on your fin, it'll be perpendicular and have a nice surface area to glue to. I really recommend the basswood booms. These are 1/4 by 3/8. If you want to go the extra step on your wing, I like to add a balsa leading edge. It's not necessary for reinforcement because the arrow shaft will do the job just fine, but it also will protect from dings, especially if you're landing in the grass. And if you want, great. This is the 1/2 inch, right? No, sorry, 3/16 by 3/8 that I'll glue to the leading edge and I'll round it. And if you don't, you can just round the foam and sand round the foam and then use like a packing tape. What else do we have here? As far as the arrow shafts, go to Academy or your sporting goods store. Try to get these around $5 to $6 each. Don't spend $8 or $9. Wait till there's a sale or something, or ask the guys behind the counter, see if they have some used one. This is a 30-inch arrow shaft, and just take the knockoff, trim the fletchings, and then hot glue it or CA it to your spar joint. That's about it for the foam. Let's talk about electronics. Let's put that away. Well, you're going to need 3 9-gram type servos. These are the Tower Pros. They're perfectly fine if you are building something that you really have a lot of fun, you want to roll fast and all that jazz, go with the Hi-Techs, maybe the Hi-Tech 65s. You're going to need a little park flyer type receiver. This is my Spectrum 6100. A 3S 1300 milliamp battery. I find that this is the perfect size as far as flight time and weight goes, and it fits well to the side of the fuselage. And then for your motor combo, I love this motor. This is a BL2212/10 that I got from BP Hobbies. I have several of them on my planes. It's a 1400 kV motor, and I turn an 8.6 prop made by GWS. It's the HD series or the Hyperdrive series. These are hard to find as well, but I find that at high speeds they don't tend to vibrate, and they're lightweight enough, and the hub diameter is just right for the collets that come with this motor. So really like this setup. If you can't find or don't want to pay the $18 for this one, Turnigy has some equivalent 1400 kV 400 size motors, so you can find them. And what I like about this E-flite speed controller, although I don't have many of them, is that the bullet connectors are soldered to the board, so the wire length is perfect for the Thunder and Lightning. You don't have a lot of wires that you have to cable tie around. And so this is a 20 amp ESC. You want to look for between 20 and 25, just depending on how hot you want to run yours. And this fits perfectly. I just Velcro the battery and the ESC to the side of the fuselage. So that's electronics. And some of the little items that you're going to need are control horns. You'll need to make your firewall mounts. These are 1/8 inch plywood mounts. Again, just use the templates. In my latest design, the version 3, we now use 2 sheets of 5mm foam for the fuselage top and bottom, which I can show you right here. Okay, so it's 2 sheets, and then we add a plywood laminate, okay, to that. Now, oh, sorry, who's that? Okay, we add a plywood laminate to that. That just reinforces this. I've never had any issues with the motor causing the front to break. But this stuff is pretty expensive. It's 1/64 sheets. Excuse me. It is 1/64 sheet supply, and they come in these huge sizes that it costs about $20 a piece. Do you need this? Not really. I like it, so I try to use it, and I can make several off the sheet that I have. But you could also just add another sheet of foam, maybe 3mm instead of 5, so it's not so fat, and that'll work fine too. So now that I've shown you everything it takes to build a Thunder and Lightning, let's get to it.